All right, I've got to do a lariat in her left hand, and so I'm gonna make it out of monster clay. I don't know. I've never tried it this way. I've always taken twine and dipped it in wax or something. It's usually a temporary thing, but this has got to be inside her hand, and because of that, I've got to make it a part of the sculpture, and so I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. All right, be right back. What I'm doing is I'm putting some texture in the rope to make it look like a rope, hopefully. And it's best to do it here than wait for it to be in her hand. And I don't know if this is going to work or not either. But anyway, I'm going to lay it out on this circle. That's the how big the diameter of the lariat will be. I mean, coiled lariat. I got to do this before I can do her hands and arms. It's really windy outside. I mean, really windy. You can hear it whistling through the windows here in my studio. It's been down in the single digits temperature-wise, and now we got a warming spell coming. It's over 50 degrees today. Weird winter. All right, now what I'll do is I'll just start by circling the thing, and then I'll just keep on making layers of rope, and I'm going by her proportions as far as the thickness of the lariat. The hard part is trying to keep the same thick diameter or gauge on the lariat that I'm making. And believe me, after 50 years of rolling clay, you learn how to do it so you don't have it flopping around. You keep it more in control. It takes a lot of practice, believe me. I'm only going to do it on one side of this rope, the texturing. This is going to take a while. Once I put it all together, I'll paint it to look like the clay, and that will actually stiffen this up a whole lot, because the clay, I mean, when the paint dries, it will actually act as a solidifier of this thing. At least that's what I'm hoping. Something tells me I should attempt to make a wire frame to go on inside this lariat to keep its shape. And I've got this real stiff steel wire that I'm going to try to make an armature for this. Best I can. Whoop. I cut it the wrong. Oh crap, I have to do it again. Cut the wrong wire. I'm glad it wasn't a bomb. It would have blown up. I'm doing this lariat on parchment paper because the clay won't stick to it. This might work. All right, I've got my paint that I had made up to look like the same color of as the clay, and I just broke a fondue stick so I can stir it and then throw it away. All right, I'm going to be very careful. When I paint this, I'm going to do one side first and then do the other side. I think this is going to work out. I hope so anyway. I've never tried this before. Usually what I do is I have the rope sketched in, and then I let them make the rope out of twisted wire, bronze wire at the foundry, and when they cast the piece. But because I'm going to have the hand holding this, it's going to make it a lot easier and a lot less expensive to have the lariat made ahead of time. I just gotta hold it so it doesn't flop around. Of course, the next thing I need to do is do the hand holding it. All right, this is going to take a while for it to dry, so I'll be right back. This is going to be the hand that the lariat's going to be held in, and I'm going to have to make an armature for that hand separate from the armature that's here now, and I may have to use the same steel wire that I just used. All right, I've started the hand and made a little armature out of the steel wire. I've cut right off at where the wrist would be, which would be right about there. I'm going to take the clay off the main arm. What I'm thinking is they're going to be cutting the arm off anyway to make a mold of this whole unit with the lariat and the hand and everything else, and make a mold of this separate and weld it back on. And I just got to figure out how I'm going to attach this hand once I get it sculpted. And I'm going to sculpt it away from the body of the figure, and she's going to be wearing a glove, because any working cowgirl or cowboy is going to have gloves on their hands just to protect them. Anyway, Well, I'm sorry, I got the clay out of the camera view. But I'm just basically trying to figure out the size of the hand compared to the proportion of the body. And I think that works out good right there. I can't really do anything with this hand until I have the lariat in the hand, and I can't do that till I get it all painted and ready to go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It's drying. I'm going to have to paint the back side, and I'll do that now. I thought I was recording. I am so sorry. I took this blowtorch. What I did was I wrapped the top part of the lariat that's going to be under the hand with monster clay, so that I have some naked clay that they could glue onto. And what I did was I melted the palm of the hand with this blowtorch. Now, you can't see the flame, but there's a flame there. And what I did was I melted both the palm and the clay on the lariat, and then pressed the palm onto the lariat and welded it to the lariat. Let's see how this looks on the clay. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll attach the hand, or the armature on there. Now let's see, I've got to do a little bending here. Bend it down and to the side. So that the arm will actually hold that lariat next to her leg. I think that looks pretty good. I think that's going to work out nice. Let's see, the wrist is actually there. All right, what I'm doing is I'm trimming back where the knuckles will be. I gotta be real careful because I don't want to screw up what I just put together. I gotta trim it a little bit so that I can add the fingers on it. Now I'm gonna have to do the fingers tomorrow. I'm not gonna have time to do that today. Creating this lariat took all friggin' day. Trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do it and everything like that. I'm going to press the clay in a little bit. Now the thumb will be over here on the back side, and then I got the fingers here. What I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do is, do I make the hand or the fingers and all that out of clay on top of this monster clay? I think I'll try that. I don't know. I might just leave it all monster clay. I'll figure that out tomorrow. All right, I gotta go, and this is about as much as I can do today, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really would help me. Also, check out the link below this video. It will take you to a review of my 9 instructional videos that could be very helpful to you if you're thinking of sculpting. Good night, everybody.